Hi, this is Laura Wilson, and I want to talk to you about success and failure. I'll start with a quote. Achieving success is my natural birthright. You are meant to succeed, and failure should feel bad to you. Life is supposed to go well for you, and when it does not, there is something wrong. But what is wrong is not something that is outside of you, over which you have no control. What is wrong is within you, and you do have control. And taking control is not difficult to do once you understand the basis of who you are, the basis of the law of attraction, and the value of your personal emotional guidance system. So our emotions are there to give us guidance. Our emotions are there as a GPS, a compass, a way to determine whether we're on the right path. If you think about it like this, when you're driving along the road, you've got the white lines. You've got the white lines in the middle of the road, and at the side of the road, you've got bumps, bumpy white lines, if you like. So when you veer, if you were to veer off the side of the road, before you did that, way before you ended up in the bushes or on the other side of the road, or heaven forbid, in some kind of accident, nasty accident, the first thing that would tell you that you're moving off your path, your desired path, would be the bumpy white lines which say you need to get back into the centre of the road. So you can think about your emotions as that guidance system that keeps you on the straight and narrow. When you're feeling good, you know that you're on the right path. As soon as you start feeling anxious, negative, as soon as you start feeling bored, irritable, shameful, agitated, annoyed, upset, or anything negative, that's your alarm call that you're not on the right path. If you're moaning about somebody else, if you're complaining about the way things are, that's not the way it's supposed to be. We're supposed to be here in joy and reverence on this earth. And if you're not feeling a very good proportion of your day, of your life, in pure joy, pure bliss, then that's your alarm system that something is not right and you need to make some changes. Now, obviously be aware, in the kind of society and the kind of culture that we're living in, then where many people will try and knock us off the path even more. People are out to... Well, number one, most people aren't fully conscious of this type of stuff. Most people are living unconsciously, and most people are directed by the powers that be. They're not directed by their own inner power. And what we forget to realize sometimes is that your own inner power is the most powerful thing there is. Your biggest not only your biggest asset, but the most important thing for us in our lives, in your life, in my life, is our own inner power, our own inner guidance system. And when we're knocked off course, our own inner being tells us that we're being knocked off course. So what I'm getting at is that why look externally for some kind of validation, for some kind of solution to not feeling completely on your path of joy, celebration of life, reverence, and bliss, when your own emotional guidance system will show you that you're not completely on that path and you need to make some adjustments. Now, in the society and the culture we live in, then oftentimes we'll be told, you're on the path to depression, for example, so you need to take X, Y, and Z drugs. Do this, take that, suppress it, don't acknowledge it, push it down, don't express it. There's where thrust, or what's thrust upon us, is a myriad of different options to deal with these type of feelings, these unwanted feelings that we don't want, yet they are just quick fix plasters, if you like, that are covering up a big gaping wound. And what we really need to do is just acknowledge what's going on. Acknowledge, well, if I'm starting to feel depressed, why is that? Why are you feeling depressed? Now, oftentimes, well, not oftentimes, every time, it is the law of attraction. If you haven't studied the law of attraction, I suggest that you go and study it. It's the most powerful law in the universe. So you can start with things like The Secret, the book, or the film, the popular film The Secret, for an overview of the law of attraction, as in what you put out vibrationally, what you think about, you bring about. What is dominant in your thoughts, which is dominant in your energy system, in your vibration, in your energy, in your personal energy, is what you get back. What you throw out there, you get back. If you're feeling negative, you'll attract negativity. If you're feeling positive, you'll attract positivity. So that's the essence of the law of attraction. If you want to go deeper and deeper and deeper, I'd suggest works of Wayne Dyer, and most definitely Abraham Hicks' works. Now, it's not for everybody. A lot of people won't be ready for this type of information, but if you think you're ready to learn this deeper spiritual side of yourself and acknowledge that, then I suggest that you read those things. But the thing is, when we get these negative feelings, we're told in society, oh, depression just happens. Anyone can be afflicted by depression. We're taught out of our own power. To stand in your own power is to say, I'm feeling these negative things. Why is that? What have I done to bring this about? It's about taking responsibility, the ability to respond to a situation. Now, you are an innately intelligent being, and your body knows, your mind knows, every cell of your being knows when something is wrong and something is right. So if you start to feel depressed, for example, then that's because you're not aligned with your true core values. So if you promise to do something and then don't do it, that's going to chip away at your integrity. It's going to chip away at your self-esteem. If you plan to eat really well, eat really healthily, and then you find yourself, eating all the wrong things or whatever, that's going to chip away at your self-esteem. If you are in a job you hate, same effect. So on the converse side of that, if you plan to do something, if you say you're going to do something and you follow through and do it, if you do something kind, if you're in a state of appreciation, then you're going to raise your self-esteem, you're going to raise your personal power, you're going to raise your energy, your vibration, and you will be moving in the center of the road. You'll be staying in the center of the road, on track, moving steadily, moving quickly, vibrating energetically, and on the right path. And no amount of drugs or any other avoidance tactics are going to keep you on your path, on your aligned path. That's for you to take responsibility for. And the good thing about this is, when you do take responsibility, then it's so empowering and it's the most freeing thing in the world, because no longer are you a victim, and no longer are you just this puppet that's being picked up and dropped and controlled by someone else. So somebody else does something to you that you feel wronged by, or no longer do you let that affect your mood, affect your day, affect your emotions, your state of being. because we all have the ability to respond any way we want to any situation. So with that in mind, no circumstances can be deemed bad, because a circumstance that might annoy you, might upset you, may not annoy or upset me, and may not annoy or upset the next person, or it might extremely upset another person. So circumstances are nothing, our reactions are everything. So when you take responsibility for your own life, step into your own power and realise that when you feel these negative emotions, then that's your alarm call to say, I am doing something which is not on my path, and I need to make some immediate changes. When you acknowledge that and when you start living that, everything changes for the better. It's the most freeing thing in the world. It's the most liberating thing, and it gives you infinite options. You can take on new responsibilities. You're not afraid of anything. You can throw yourself out there. You can stop moaning about the things in your childhood and the things that have upset you and the people that wronged you, because it's all just a story that you've been telling yourself and other people for years. And as soon as you drop that, then you're free. And life is exciting. Every moment can be exciting. Every moment's an opportunity, and you'll start seeing coincidences and synchronicity showing up in your life, and people showing up in your life that are aligned, with your deepest purpose in life, that are there to help you. And you start making more money, and you start feeling better, and you start looking better, and you start having better relationships, and you don't find so many negative people in your life. So success is your natural birthright, and in order to achieve it, you need to go through the failures and be prepared to go through the failures to get there. But enjoy the journey along the way, and you can enjoy the journey, you can enjoy the whole journey, every aspect of what happens. And when you take responsibility, then it's all just a fun journey. Okay, bye for now.